Okay, so today I wanted to talk about something that I really struggled with this month, and that is being stuck in a rut and just feeling like you're trying so hard and you're not getting anywhere. And I mean, normally I'm very consistent, and I probably have 10 Success Club points by April 10th, and that's my goal, is I want to have 10 Success Club points by the 10th day of the month, just because that takes a lot of stress off of me. I would rather kind of work balls to the wall in the beginning so that I can stress less. And as of right now, I have 9 Success Club points, and it's the month is almost over. And so Success Club points are not everything. Success Club is something I've made non-negotiable, and for me, my goal is Success Club 10 or more each month. And then for my husband's business, I want to get him 5 Success Club points each month. So right now, that's 6 more Success Club points where I have to make happen, and I feel like I've just been a total slacker all month, because I feel like I've been trying, but still not exactly being as consistent as I had in the past. And so sometimes you have to think about, why am I not getting results? What am I doing differently? If I hit Success Club 10 easily last month, or was being very consistent in making sales last month, what am I doing differently this month to see that things just aren't working out the same? And so for me, I know for a fact I am inviting less people. I have been sharing the coaching opportunity so much less than I was the past couple months, and it shows. You guys are frozen. Can you see me? Can you see me okay? Okay,
yeah.
You were all frozen. Okay, so, and so I know that I was not being consistent, and I was not inviting, and I was not doing my part, and that's why I just wasn't getting the results that I had been accustomed to in the past. And so what I mean by inviting, I personally set a goal to at least send 1 to 2 business presentations a day. So I will find 1 to 2 people, whether it be from my friends list, whatever. I'll get into where I find people in a bit. But I am actually going to send that business presentation to 1 to 2 people a day, and schedule a time to get on the phone with them, in the following week. And so that was something that I was making non-negotiable, 1 a day, no matter what, in the past. And I had been very successful with signing on coaches and successful points and, all of that good stuff. I have only signed on 2 coaches this entire month, and I signed them both up today. And so, you may be like, well, I don't have any coaches. But for me, I mean, it's easy. My goal is at least, 8 to 10 people a month. And that's just something that I have been very consistent at. So for me, that's my normal. And for me to be like, it's whatever, the 23rd, and I just now signed up 2 coaches, it's very humbling, and it's very okay, you can't just do whatever you want. You still need to be responsible. This is still a business. And I just kind of got lazy, and I just kind of was like, oh, I'm going to do this, and I think I'll, do this today, and then I'll watch TV, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do a little Beachbody, and then I'll scroll on Facebook. So I just freaking got lazy, and that's really all there is to it. And then I went on vacation, and I had to get ready for vacation, pack for vacation, and then, I've been home, and my husband we've been at a doctor's appointment every day for his knee. So yes, there's a lot going on, but that's still, it's my fault for not being consistent, and it's my fault for not practicing what I preach. So, so for me being stuck in a rut, my reason was because I wasn't inviting, and I wasn't being consistent with my posting. And I was posting every day on Facebook, but I might have been like, here's my dog, he's so cute, and here, this is so funny, and not like, hey, do you want to join our 21-day fix challenge group? Do you want to, join our team? The important things. So I just kind of got lazy. And then since I've been home, I've been really focusing on getting my crap back together and getting back on track. And so the last couple of days, I've sent out a ton of messages, and this is how I found people. So I sent out a ton of people messages for people I was either inviting to join our 21-day fix challenge group, or if I wanted them to be a coach. And so what I did is I went to different groups, and I kind of made that I'm in. So that's kind of like you find who your target market is and join those groups. And then you can ask questions, comment on other people's posts, you know, comment back and forth if you have something in common with, and just message a couple of those people that you've built a relationship with, form them back and forth, and then you can say something along the lines of with anybody, you know, after you've chit-chatted and say, well, hey girl, I don't know if you're interested or not, but on May 4th, we're starting up another 21-day fitness and nutrition boot camp, and it honestly just changed my life, and it helped me so much. And I don't know if you're interested or not, but I would love to have you join me. I'm always looking for more positive women, and I mean, it's freaking awesome, and you should do it. Would you be interested in learning more about it? So something like that, very like, hey, I thought of you, you're so positive, I thought you'd really enjoy it. It changed my life, it's awesome, and I'm always just looking for more awesome people to do it with us, so would you want more information? And then you can kind of follow the 21-day fix script. And people, when you do it that way, people are like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet of you, thanks for thinking of me, instead of being like, what does this chick want to sell me? So, you can use that very message when after you're forming people to anybody, and then just start going into the 21-day fix script, and you can tell them about it, you can ask them about your goals, and you know, if they say, yeah, sure, I'd love to hear more about it, my first question would be, okay, awesome, yeah, so tell me this first, what would you say your biggest struggle is, the fitness side or the nutrition side? And then you can just go straight from there back into the 21-day fix script. And I'm like peeling, I'm sorry, I keep scratching myself, I'm so itchy everywhere. Okay, and so groups on Facebook, and then friends list. So this is another thing I did the other day. I went to a girl that I graduated college with. We both were exercise science majors, and she actually is doing her 21-day fix group right now. And then I went to her friends, and I went through our mutual friends, and it was basically so many people we went to school with that I totally have lost track with. Maybe I messaged them a couple of years ago when I was a coach. Maybe I haven't talked to them. Maybe I have. And I just messaged them all. I formed them. And I said something along the lines of, and I copied and pasted this. I changed it a little bit, but I just said, like, hey, girl, how are you? And then when they wrote back, I just said, like, I said something like, oh my gosh, it's been forever. I was in the waiting room yesterday with my husband at the doctor's office, and I was just doing some serious Facebook stalking, and I came across your page, and I realized we hadn't talked to in forever. So how have you been, and what are you doing now for work? So, I mean, you can be honest and be like, dude, I was bored, and I was Facebook stalking, and I just came across your page. And people are like, oh my gosh, I know how that is. They're not going to be like, ew, you freak, why are you messaging me? Like, you have a mutual friendship with them anyway, so that's the line I went. We talked about work and, and things like that, and most of them were saying things like, oh, I saw you just got back from Cancun, it looked like you had a blast, yada, yada. And that's the perfect way to transition into, oh, well, I was actually thinking of you, and I thought that you would be an amazing coach because, I know that you're passionate about health and fitness and exercise, and, I don't know if it's for you or not, but I just think you'd be amazing at it. I've been thinking it for a while, and would you want to just check it out and see if it's something that you'd be interested in or not? And, if you don't have that Cancun or you don't have that exercise science background, just know that if you're being consistent and you're posting about your business and you're posting about the job opportunity, you're doing this, people are going to notice that. And people are going to be like, oh, I see that you're doing this, health coaching thing now. How's it going? So that's even more, that's even more of a drive for you to be consistent about your posting, because even if people aren't commenting or liking, they can go on Facebook stalk you and instantly see you're doing something with health and fitness. So, being consistent a lot of times will make them ask you, like, oh, what are you doing now? And even if they haven't, just say, well, I'm doing this, and I'm also, a health and fitness coach now, and it's a lot of fun, and that's actually why I'm reaching out to you, because I thought that you'd be awesome at it, and I would love to, do this together, and it's just really blessed my life, and I'd just really love to share the opportunity with you. Maybe for you it may not be, but I just wanted to let you know that I thought you'd be amazing at it, and then you can go from there. So mutual friends, friends of friends, and, you know, you can go through and find all kinds of different ways of connecting with people. The other one is Instagram. That's a big one. So basically what I like to do is, one, I like to get features. I pay for features, and I'll like either throw up a transformation photo or one of my exercise videos, and then, you know, in the caption say something like, you know, follow me on Instagram, and here's my Instagram link, and, you know, add me to Facebook for, you know, our free exercise challenge groups, our free workouts, and lots of, you know, motivation, things like that. And that's very successful for me. The other thing I like to do is, as people are liking or commenting on your photo, go to them and like and comment on some of their photos. And if something like speaks to you, what I like to say is, just be honest. I might like 6 of their photos, comment on a couple, and just be like, okay, I just stalked the crap out of you, girl. And like, I think that we should, you know, I think that we could be like best friends, or, you know, something corny, like, or I might say something like, I just stalked the crap out of you. Are you on Facebook? Because I would love to, you know, chat with you more there. And people are going to be like, yeah, sure. Like, you know, just give them a compliment. I love your posts. You know, are you on Facebook? I'd love to talk to you more. And people are going to take that as a compliment, like, oh, that's awesome. And yeah, sure, add me. Because obviously if you get somebody to Facebook, they're going to see more of your posts. They're going to see more about you, because Facebook is where you can be more personal, and you're going to build a better relationship with them there. So you can also search different hashtags. You know, I might search like love to run. You know, you're going to search something that's more specific, not just like fitness, because, you know, people will do like a makeup selfie and tag fitness. So try to be more specific and think about your target market that way. And then, okay, so I said friends of friends. And even if they're not mutual friends, you can always add people. It sounds like super weird, but I've done that in the past, and I've actually sold a lot of stuff to people doing it that way. And, you know, if we have a bunch of mutual friends, I go to their list, and, you know, if we have like 3 or more, I'll just say, you know, I'll add them, and then I'll just send, once they accept it, I'll just say, hey, you know, I just saw that, you know, we had mutual friends, and Facebook suggested that we should be friends. So hope you don't think I'm a total weirdo. You know, I'm friends with Lindsay too, and she's just so sweet. And how do you know her? And then just kind of building a relationship and conversation with there. And then by the end of the conversation, I invite everybody to one of our free groups, and, you know, then you can just check in with them in a couple of days. But at the end of every conversation, you should just be, hey, I'd love to, you know, get you into one of our free exercise groups or our free 7-day clean eating group, and, you know, just do this thing together. And another thing I do is I ask for referrals from everyone. If I have a girlfriend that loves Shakeology. She's on a budget, so she can only do it every once in a while, but she loves it. Not interested in coaching. She does her own thing, but she, I always just say, like, if you know anybody that is ever interested in losing weight or, you know, would benefit from it, just, you know, send them my way. And, you know, every time you do, I'll give you free Shakeology samples or, you know, something like that. So I do a referral program. I had a girlfriend that I run with that actually her sister wanted to buy 21 Day Fix anyways. So she said, hey, she doesn't have a coach. Can I give her your link just to go through you? And so I sent my friend Katie, who sent me her sister, 2 Shakeology samples, and she really likes Shakeology, and will, because if I gave her those samples, then she'll most likely end up ordering it too. So, you know, even though you're giving stuff away for free, and I always tell people, don't ever give away Shakeology, like charge them $5 a sample. If they're not willing to pay $5 for a sample, they're not going to be willing to pay for a month of it. But I do believe wholeheartedly in you know, rewarding people for referrals, because that's how your business works. It's word of mouth, it's referrals. It's very important to, you know, be growing your list that way. So I reward them with either that or maybe some E&E, which is energy and endurance. It's like a pre-workout, whatever I have on hand. And a lot of times I get free stuff from Beachbody. You know, if you hit Success Club, you get free stuff. And some of it's things that I may not use. And I keep those for, you know, referrals or, you know, whatever, just maybe a gift to a client that's doing awesome. You can go to the dollar store. You can find all kinds of things that may be beneficial to people, and just reward people, because people like to be, you know, if somebody's lost 10 pounds, I might send them a cute little gift, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, that was so awesome, because it makes them feel good and it makes them want to tell other people, like, oh my gosh, my coach April is awesome. You would love her. You need to, you know, reach out to her. Or I want to do what you do. I want to be able to help other people like you've helped me. So just taking it upon yourself to not just focus on, I need to sell this, I need to sell this, I need to sell this, but how can I best help somebody be the happiest with themselves and feel the most comfortable in their skin? And if I was doing this, what would I want my coach to do for me, and what would keep me motivated, kind of thing. Okay, and then I had a couple questions from coaches earlier today that I wanted to touch on. I have some people that are helping people all the time. They're getting people into the free groups. They're doing awesome. They're posting. They're doing this, but they're not making sales. And so they say, you know, I love coaching people. I love giving free advice, but I would love to make some money. And so what I say to them, you know, when they say, is there a specific line to get somebody to commit? And my thing is what I said in the beginning of this call. When somebody's saying, you know, I might check in, hey, how's the ab challenge going? I'm so proud of you. You're doing awesome. And, you know, talk to them about their goals and their struggles. And, you know, if somebody's goal is to lose 30 pounds, great, that ab challenge is going to help them, you know, and they're going to feel better, but you're not going to lose 30 pounds doing a couple crunches a day. So what I tell people is, well, girl, I know that you're doing awesome, and I know that your goal is to lose 30 pounds, and I would love to help you. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to do a little bit more than, you know, what we're doing in our challenge now. But, you know, I don't know if you're interested or not, but would you want to join us in our 3-week fitness and nutrition boot camp? Because, you know, for the first time ever, I have ab definition, or I'm down 10 pounds, or I've lost X amount of inches, or my sister or my friend Melissa has lost over 70 pounds, you know, using this program. Use your testimonial, use friends' testimonials, use other coaches' testimonials, use your clients' testimonials, use whatever, and just, you know, talk to people like you would be talking to your best friend. Like, it's freaking awesome. And I mean, for me, it 100% taught me how to understand food. I thought I was doing good by eating clean, and I was just not. I was eating so many carbs, so much fruit. I was just overeating everything. Even though it was clean, it was too much of everything. So for me, 21 Day Fix totally changed my life. I finally get it now. The 21 Day Fix Extreme, the countdown, I love that even more. So, you know, I just am very real with people. I tell people it's changed my life, or, you know, it's changed my sister Melissa's life. She's literally, look at this picture, look how great she looks, you know. And so show pictures and share testimonials and things like that. And just ask them, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I'd love to have you in our 3-week fitness and nutrition boot camp. Would you be interested in learning more about it? And that's obviously the 21 Day Fix, and then you can go right into the 21 Day Fix script. So just go for that ask and say, like, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I freaking love it, and I just really feel like it's right up your alley, and, you know, would you be interested in learning more about it? And when they say, yeah, well, maybe, then you can say, well, tell me this. What do you think your biggest struggle is, the fitness side or the nutrition side? And then again, that's just, you go right into the 21 Day Fix script. That's in our file section. And that's what I love. It's not rocket science. I literally do like the same thing over and over, but I just kind of make it personal. Somebody's like, well, probably fitness because I'm a mom and I've got kids and yada, yada. And so I'm going to stop what I'm saying. I'm going to say, oh, that's, you know, how old are your kids? How many? Yada, yada. And do some personal chit chat. You know, I don't have kids yet, but I babysit a lot, and I totally understand that. You know, but I have noticed too that when you get into the routine, your kids will realize, like, okay, it's exercise time, and they get used to it, and a lot of times they want to do it with you. So, you know, and so these little lines that you can interject from your own personal life, and making it very personal. So you don't want to just copy and paste, but you use it as a guideline, and then, you know, kind of talk personally to them as well. So that's a good specific line to get people to commit. And don't be afraid to ask them. If you just say, like, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I'd love to have you, people aren't going to be like, oh my gosh, this weirdo was trying to sell me something, because you genuinely want to help and it wasn't pressure for them. Okay, and then if you want somebody to coach, you think somebody be awesome as a coach, but you haven't sold anything, you don't have any other coaches, you're thinking like, I don't know, I feel like I'm not very good at this. How am I going to get somebody else to sign up? Basically what you do is just say, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I just signed up as a coach and I am loving it. I just feel so fulfilled, and I'm new to it. I'm still learning stuff, but it's a lot of fun. And I would love for you to join me and we can, figure it out together. But it's just so cool to be able to help other people feel better about themselves when, my job is okay, or, I love my job, or whatever, but to say like, it's a whole different level of fulfillment that I can't get from my other job. And that's why I love it so much. And, my upline, April, was able to actually quit her job and pay for her wedding in cash doing this awesome opportunity. So for me, I think that it may just bless you to be able to have a little bit of extra money each month and be able to help other people. And, what do you say? Would you be interested in learning more about it? So you can condense that a little bit. I kind of rambled on and on there. But basically just saying, like, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I just started this new thing, and I'm really excited. And I keep thinking about you, and I just keep thinking you'd be really awesome at it. And I didn't know if you'd be interested in learning more about it. Even if it's not for you, it would be really, really helpful for me to just kind of talk to you about it, and that would help me practice talking to other new coaches. So would you mind if I sent you a short video about the business that describes it better than I can? If you would check it out, and then we can get on the phone and I can answer your questions. And no pressure either way, but regardless, it would be a huge favor to me if you could just do that, and then I could get some practice in return. So what do you say? Nobody's going to be like, no, I'm not doing you a favor. Like, and if they are, you don't want them on your team anyways. So that's a great way to get somebody when you're a new coach and you say, like, I don't have any other coaches, I don't feel very successful, just kind of say, like, hey, would you do me a favor? And I don't know if it's for you or not, but I'm excited for it. And I feel like that's just good enough, and they would be, right on board with that. But with Facebook groups, what I'm saying is, join what Facebook groups to join to get more people involved. Think about your target market and think about what's important to you. So for me, I have a couple budgeting groups I'm in. I have a couple German Shepherd rescue groups. I have a couple healthy eating for runners. I have a couple groups that I'm in for yard sales that are local. If you're a mom, you could get in local mom groups. There's so many different things that you can do to get in, and you just build relationships with those people. It's not going to be like you're not going to be just getting in groups and then like blasting 21-day fix stuff. That's spamming, and they'll kick you right out for that. But just getting in there and asking questions and building relationships and things like that. So that, and friends of friends, mutual friends, going through your list, going through people you went to school with, people you worked with, people you graduated college with, if you had played sports with in high school. And another thing I've done recently is my husband is like just now kind of starting to get excited about Beachbody because we just got back from Cancun. And not that he wasn't supportive, but he just didn't get it. And so now he's like, okay, so I kind of understand this. And so he's given me a bunch of people that he used to go to school with or played sports with or intramurals with or, things like that. And so I just friended him and sent him a message and said, hey, my husband, Matt, said that you're an awesome athlete, and I'm actually a health coach, and he said that you might be perfect for it. And I don't know if you're interested or not, but I'd love to talk to you about it because I'm always looking for more positive, uplifting people that are interested in, health and fitness. So tell me about you. What do you do? And people are not going to be like, who is this freak? You're giving them a compliment, and you're, for somebody else to think of them, to think they are a great person, they're going to be like, oh, that's cool. That's awesome. So, talk to your spouse, your significant other, talk to your friends, talk to your family. My mom is always tagging me in people's stuff from like her yard sale group in Pennsylvania, and I'm in Charlotte. So, the more that you can educate other people in what you're doing, the more that they're going to understand what kind of people you're looking for. So, if your spouse or your significant other isn't really understanding what Beachbody is, make them watch videos with you. Make them understand the business better so that they can have a better understanding of who you're looking for. A perfect opportunity is this Saturday, is Super Saturday, which happens quarterly. Beachbody Corporate puts that on. There's a bunch of different locations. You can go and look up one near you. And basically, there's a great message that kind of gets you pumped up and gets you excited. Summit's coming. It's just around the corner in July. They want you to get excited. And if you took your significant other, it's going to be a game changer. Like, I'm taking Matt with me because he's actually in Fayetteville now, which is like 2.5 hours. He's getting surgery there on Monday. He could get in sooner. So I was going to go to the Super Saturday in Charlotte, but I looked and I found one in Fayetteville. So tomorrow I'm going to Fayetteville, and I'm going to make him come with me to the Super Saturday. And every time I expose him to more, it's like he understands more. And I started talking to him about, the placement, and I was telling him how I was really excited, and, Alexa was so close to Diamond, and I had a couple other girls that were really close to Diamond, and, he was like, well, why can't you just give them a coach and make them, their girls underneath them Emerald, and so that they're Diamond? I'm like, it doesn't work that way. So, then we had to start, and he starts getting it, and he starts understanding the placement and stuff. So you can do that with your significant other. You can do that with your friends. I started talking to my friends about, how the quarterly bonuses work and, things like that. And they're like, kind of the wheels are turning, like, I would like to have $1,000 quarterly. Yeah, that would be cool. So, don't be afraid to talk to people, as long as you're not, overloading them with, Shakeology has 72 vitamins and minerals. It's so awesome. Blah, blah, blah. People are going to be like, I don't care. Our business started in 1990, and people are going to be like, I don't care. But the things that you're excited about, share that with other people, and not in a pushy way, join my team, but just be like, hey, I just wanted to tell you, a little bit about what I'm doing, because I don't think we ever actually discussed it. So the more that you can be excited about it and talk to other people that are important to you, it's going to be better for them to, better understand what you're looking for in others, and for them to, be able to help you and be excited for you at the same time. So those were some questions I had, and we have some more time. So if anybody has any questions that they're struggling with, anything at all, no question is stupid. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask, and then we can go from there.
Hey, April, I have a question.
Sure.
So I have talked with a handful of people, and we've gone through the goals and the script, and I've matched them up with the program and the shakes, and they give me the whole, oh yeah, I'd love to. And then they don't follow through, and they're like, oh, I don't have the money now. Follow up with me on, this day payday. So we talk about that. So I'll follow up with them, and they'll say, oh, now's still not a good time, but what about in 2 more weeks? And so I feel like I've been kind of on this roller coaster with people, on and on and on. And they're still interested, but it's not going anywhere. So I guess I'm wondering, when do I stop following up with them? Because now I feel like I'm annoying them, or I'm annoyed, at least.
Yeah. I would say never. I never stop following up with people. I do it in a way that it gives them an out. And if somebody's ignored my message, and I go through my list and it's time for me to message them again, I say, hey girl, maybe last month I don't think was a good time for you, and I'm not sure if this is a good time for you either. You may be busy, but our next group is starting up on May 4th. And if you think about it, we first started talking about this in November, and our program is 21 days. And last time we ran it, I had one of my clients lost 10 pounds in 21 days. Can you imagine if you had started in November when we first started talking about this, where you would be today? I don't know if it's for you or not, but I really, truly want to get you started, because I know that this was just what I needed. This is totally what changed my life and understanding how to reach my goals. And I would love to have you. And if it's not for you, that's totally fine. But I just think that this is your time. And if you do want to join us on May 4th, we got to get you started soon so you can get all your goodies and get started with us. But what do you say? So something like that, that's I don't know if it's for you or not, but we have literally been talking about this forever, But,
That's how I feel.
Yeah. and kind of making them realize, she's right. I have been putting this off. And, and when people give me the money issue, I mean, money is seriously the biggest thing I stress about. I have anxiety over finances so much. So what I tell people is I give them tips that I've used in times that I've been broke. And, you know, have you ever heard of the grocery store Aldi's? Because I actually saved about $200 a month when I switched to them and I started making a grocery list and meal planning and sticking to my list instead of just going to the convenience store that was near me that prices are a little higher and buying everything. So another thing I do is kind of give them a lot of, like, if you cut out Starbucks for a month, there is your money right there. You know, so little things like that. So I would give them tips on how to save money, but also just be like, look, I don't know if it's for you or not, but we are starting up another group, and use a testimonial. And it doesn't even have to be one of your clients, but say maybe like somebody in our last Biggest Loser group or something has lost, you know, 10 or 15 pounds in the last 21-day fixed group. We'll just say, I mean, and my girl, whatever her name is, lost 10 pounds in 21 days. And I know that could be you, and I would just love for you to join us. So using a testimonial a lot of time is going to be like an eye-opener, and they'll be like, okay, I'm ready. And then if money is also an issue, you just say, and, you know, if you don't love your results in 21 days, you can return it all and get every single penny back, like that. So I just would kind of just, you know, when you follow up with them again, and I know last time wasn't a really great time for you, but, you know, I'm just checking in if you want to join us this month. And I do that a lot, and people are like, yeah, I was really busy, but yeah, okay, I think I can do that now. So maybe it will, maybe it won't, but honestly, I don't ever stop following up with people. Does that help?
Okay, so you went frozen. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Does anybody else, we got about 5 minutes left. Does anybody else have anything I can help you with? Everybody's like scared to show their face today. I'm like sweaty and peely and nasty. Where are you hiding, people? Trisha, how you doing over there? Do you have anything? Calling you out. You little perk. There you are.
I was making my shake.
What did you say?
I said I was making my shake.
Oh.
I was like, ah!
How are things going with you?
Good. I've consistency, so I'm proud of that. I've had people just message me this week like, hey, tell me more about it, people that I wasn't even talking to. Mm-hmm. So I can see how much consistency makes people realize, like, I'm doing this, and they sort of reach out to me after that.
Yeah, and it's consistency in fitness and nutrition. It's consistency in general. Like, now that I'm full-time, I honestly post all the time. And you don't have to, you know, you don't have to, like, stop what you're doing at work or whatever, but the more that you can post about other things in your life too is more options, you know, more opportunity for other people to connect with you about something else. Because maybe fitness and nutrition isn't the thing that they initially connect with you with, but something else draws them in and says, she just makes this look like so much fun. Like, I'd love to, you know, do that with her. Like, I am, like, always posting stuff about German Shepherds and things like that. And I have a couple people off Instagram that have added me just because, like, I don't know, if you're a dog lover, a lot of times if you have a breed, you're like drawn to other people with the same breed. And they'll add me to Facebook, and then we'll just be talking about other things. And I've had 3 of them this week, like, okay, I don't know what you're doing, but I need to do this fitness thing, and I feel like it's time to do this. And so, you know, totally unrelated to fitness at all, because I'm posting about other things. So figure out, you know, what your target market is and post about that just as much, because the more people can connect with you, the more that they're going to be plugging in and seeing more of your posts in general. So, yeah. When are you all done in Raleigh?
I have 2 weeks left.
Aw, yay, we'll enjoy it.
I'm excited.
Anybody else? Kim, how's things going with you?
They're going okay, I guess.
Why is it okay?
My one HD Shakeology customer just told me that she canceled because she doesn't like the aftertaste and she doesn't like it.
What flavor?
The strawberry vegan.
I don't like the strawberry vegan.
She's not a chocolate fan, and I even told her that I would send her a sample of the regular strawberry, and she doesn't want it, and her boyfriend's doing the 21-day fix with her, so I said, well, you said he likes chocolate, so why don't you just change the flavor over or change it to him, and he can get the vegan chocolate, and she says that he's got a protein shake that he likes, so she's not worried about that. They're doing the program, they're just not participating like in the challenge group. She initially was part of the Biggest Loser, and she never participated in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and people like that. I mean, if you're willing to send them a free sample and they're like, no, don't. I mean, I wouldn't send it. She probably won't make it.
Yeah, oh, I'm not. I'm not.
But yeah, so just, it stinks when you lose somebody that, you would have residual income. But as long as she's doing the 20-day fix, you're still able to, directly benefit her and help her in her life. So just keep looking, because you'll find other people, and you'll find people that want to do it.
To a bunch of people. Talking to a bunch of people right now for Pio girls.
Yeah, Pio will be. I think Pio is cool because it attracts a whole nother audience of people that, a lot of times they may think like, oh, I can't do 21-day fix. But Pio is Pilates and yoga, and a lot of people are interested in that, but they're maybe not interested in 21-day fix. So it's cool to branch out and talk about other things too. So, when does that group start?
May 4th also.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And also, I really want you guys to talk to people about the Beachbody On Demand. If anybody buys a challenge pack, they have a 30-day, they have access to Beachbody On Demand for 30 days. So with a challenge pack purchase, or they can buy the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack for 10 extra bucks with their purchase of Shakeology. So for $140, they have I think it's over $2,500 worth of workouts. And if they've ever bought a program in the past, like T25, whatever, they have access to that on Beachbody On Demand too, which is cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody about that too.
Okay, good. Good. Well, we have less than a minute. I really need to upgrade so we can have calls longer than 45 minutes, so I'll work on that. But thank you guys for jumping on, and I'm going to post this recording, and then if you have any other questions, post it below, and I'll just answer them from there. And thanks for jumping on, guys. Okay, have a good night. I'll see you.